Today I want to share with you a very ancient idea and see how we can relate it to modern scientific understanding of the experience of reality. So, according to every ancient tradition, fundamental aspects of existence, known as primary elements, are understood to be space, air, fire, and water. Space, air, fire, water, and earth, starting with space, which modifies itself into, all these elements, but also is experienced subjectively through sound, touch, sight, taste, and smell, which give rise to the experience that we call space, air, fire, water, and earth. So, can we understand these five elements, space, air, fire, water, and earth, in modern scientific terminology? And yes, we can. So, space corresponds to the quantum field, the fundamental framework for all physical phenomena where particles and forces emerge. Air can be likened to all gases. So air represents gases, which are collections of atoms and molecules in a state of high kinetic energy. Fire can be likened to plasma, the fourth state of matter, consisting of highly energized ionized particles. Water relates to liquids characterized by fluidity and the ability to conform to the shape of their containers. And finally, earth corresponds to solids, materials with fixed shape and volume due to closely packed atoms. Okay, so there we are. It all starts with space, the quantum field. So, of course, then the concept of the quantum field can be linked to the ancient idea of space as an element by considering how quantum fields are fundamental entities that fill all of space, similar to how ancient philosophies viewed space as a fundamental element. Quantum fields are seen as the underlying fabric of reality, with particles being excitations of these fields, akin to how space in ancient thought was considered a medium for the other elements to manifest and interact. And now we come to my favorite part of this argument, and that is that ancient systems linked Akasha to the element of space, which now we've understood as being akin to quantum field. But the ancients also, and those who explored the reality through spiritual experience, also imbued this fundamental field of creation with subjectivity, and that this subjective field was triggered by attention and intention into manifestation. So let's unpack this if we can. The ancient concept of Akasha, often linked to the element of space, can now, we agree, be compared to the modern idea of the quantum field. So Akasha was seen as an all-encompassing medium that underlies and connects all things, similar to how quantum fields are fundamental to the structure of the universe. Both these concepts suggest a foundational field that holds potential for all manifestations. While Akasha is imbued with subjectivity and consciousness, the quantum field is typically viewed as objective. However, how can you have an object without a subject? So in reality, subject and object have to be one. You can't have an object without a subject, and subject is that which knows the object, but as itself. The object is known in the subject as a particular mode of knowing. and experience. So now let's go to something very modern, encompassing the Akashic field, and that is quantum entanglement. Both the Akashic field and quantum entanglement suggest non-local connections across space and time. The Akashic field is described as an all-encompassing information field that transcends normal space-time limitations, while quantum entanglement allows for instantaneous correlations between particles regardless of distance, both in space and time. Also, the Akashic field posits that all things in the universe are fundamentally interconnected through this cosmic information field. Similarly, quantum entanglement reveals deep interconnections between particles at the quantum level, even when separated by vast distances, both in space and time. Then there's the idea of information storage and transfer. The Akashic field is thought to store and transmit information about all events and experiences, akin to the block universe. Quantum entanglement allows for the transfer of quantum information between entangled particles in ways that classical physics cannot explain. And then, of course, there are interpretations of both concepts that suggest a role for consciousness or observation. The Akashic field is described as a field of consciousness, and certain interpretations of quantum mechanics propose that observation plays a role in collapsing quantum states. In conclusion, both concepts point to a deeper underlying reality beyond our everyday classical perceptions. The Akashic field suggests a fundamental information field, while quantum entanglement reveals non-classical correlations at the quantum level. So the Akashic field, often regarded as a metaphysical concept, and the quantum field, a well-established phenomenon in physics, are, in my opinion, the same thing. They are the self knowing the self as the self of the universe. So I know this raises objections about among mainstream physicists, but I'd love to know your your opinion on this. I'd love your feedback, and I'd also always appreciate if you share, if you find this interesting, if you share this material with other mainstream scientists and philosophers or lay people to see what they think. We need to expand this conversation because I feel that the current model of physics explaining the universe is not complete. It neither explains the universe in a complete manner, which I'll do a follow-up video on this, neither explains the universe nor does it explain awareness of the universe. And yet, everything we know as the universe is because there is awareness of the universe. Thanks for indulging me. And Digital Dharma is now available. It's a guide to how AI can elevate spiritual intelligence and personal well-being. And also you can engage with digital twin in 4 languages now: Hindi, English, Arabic, and Spanish. And the link is digitaldeepak.ai.